Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're back working on the Project AE86. Last time you guys saw the 86, we were pushing it to its limits at the track to see what would need to be fixed first, and we were successful in that. We broke some stuff, fixed some stuff, and eventually limped it back home to the shop. That's where you see it today. Today's goal is hopefully to make this thing a little bit better. Keeping the spirit of a true project car alive, we have a lot of work to do. We are finally back from all of the travel, at least for a little while. In the last episode, you guys saw we have a lot of work to do here in the shop, but all really exciting stuff. Today, we are getting right to it. We're getting back to work on the 86. The 86 for me is a personal project, and I'm just so excited to do the small things. Well, I feel like I'm always excited to do the small things in cars, but the 86 especially. I kind of started a little different than I usually do. If you guys watched the last episode on the 86, we took this thing to the track, pushed it to its limits to see kind of its quote unquote breaking point, and we may have figured something that has already failed. And today we're going to be checking into that. But this is a fresh and new project car, to me at least. So today we're doing what you should do when you get a new project car and fully going over this thing, replacing fluids, and seeing if I did actually blow up the diff on the track day. Today, I think we're going to find out. All right, today is the first day that we are going to be lifting up the 86 and getting to see what the underside of this car looks like. Now, I will say, the previous owner, Sean, took immaculate care of this car over the 13 plus years that he owned it, so I'm not too worried. But before we do any work, let's go ahead and take a look at the underside of the car. Hey, we have adjustable arms. That's cool. Let's take a look. Let's take a look down here.
Is that while you were driving?
No, what is that? Is that my dampening adjuster?
That's your adjuster.
What? That's weird. We have adjustable arms. That's really cool. Kind of like I expected. It's really clean down here. Honestly, dude, look at the pinch welds. The pinch welds are not absolutely destroyed, which is, hey, look at this.
What is that? And why is that there?
Free extension.
How long have you been there, sir? That's not one of ours.
No, definitely not.
Gear wrench. I don't.
Take a look back here. We have some sort of nice exhaust. It looks like Fujitsubo, maybe? Yeah, this looks like a Fujitsubo exhaust. It doesn't have any markings, so I can't be 100% sure, but that's honestly pretty tight. Nice, look at that. We have a bunch of goodies. This is a whole new e-brake cable. That's sick. We have steel braided lines. What the frick is this? Like adjustable, like a traction bar?
Arm.
For Hondas, at least, you put one of these in the front and it helps like with torque steer.
Well, these have a full solid.
Yeah, this has a solid rear end, so I'm wondering if this is kind of the same thing as like a traction bar, torque bar, or whatever you want to call it, but it's adjustable. That's pretty cool. So today what I'm mostly worried about is this guy. If you guys watched our last video, like I said, we took it to the track, and under a lot of driving and a lot of heat, we did get a hot diff light on the dash, and a couple of you guys that actually own 86s as well say once these diffs heat up, it gets pretty bad. So I'm gonna hopefully see if we can drain this out, check if there's any metal deposits when we do drain this oil, and refill it with brand new gear oil to see if maybe I just burned the fluid and that's what's causing the really, really terrible diff noise, but that's wishful thinking. We may have to go with a whole new diff, but we're crossing our fingers today that we actually don't have to do that. But initial impressions of the underside of this car, it's really good. Oh my gosh, why?
That's your fill plug.
Are you joking? How do we get that off? Can we get that off, you think?
Hopefully.
It looks like somebody stripped the initial bolt right here and just decided to weld another nut on top of the bolt. I mean if it works.
This isn't even plugged in.
No, this is rough. This all looks new. Oh, it's
power steering.
Power steering. New power steering line. We do have a little bit of a leak coming from up here. Dude,
that bolt is the only
even the slave looks new. Wow, this is freaking sick. I expected it to be like pretty decent, but it's actually really nice that we have a lot of this stuff upgraded. New power steering, it looks like. Entire new rack.
Probably a new clutch from our box finds.
Yeah, exactly, probably new clutch. Honestly, this is really, really sick. One thing that I would love to upgrade are the sway bars. That would be something that we could do. Sway bars, probably get a new set of coilovers just because these are pretty rough. Oh, it does, look at this. Sick.
So it has the full, like, that was our kit,
Score.
the endless one. So
One thing that I really loved from my first 86 was the exhaust and header combo from Fujitsubo and Tech Arts, and I would really love to put that same exact setup on this car. I feel like it would complement this car way, way better. So I want to do that for sure. But other than that, this thing looks really good. Now, all of these are really good finds, but like probably need that. Like I told you guys, today's mission is to do what you essentially should always do when you get a new project car, and that's gonna be just going over everything. First things first, we're gonna drain all the fluids out and do a full fluid change. Really hoping that the diff doesn't screw me here. Now, I have no idea the last time this oil was changed. Sean did mention that this thing sat for a few years. I took really good care of it, and honestly, this oil looks kind of clean, but better safe than sorry. All right, oil check. Oh, I guess I need to move this back here. While we're at it, we're gonna do oil, we're gonna do trans, and we're gonna do diff. Might as well, if we're already down here, to change out all the fluids and make sure everything is good to go. Next up, transmission. Now, this is actually something that I would like to upgrade down the road. The shift feel is super sloppy. So at some point, I'd like to get all new like bushings or a short shifter or something like that. We had a really nice short shifter on my first 86, and honestly, kind of want to replicate a lot of the things that we did from that car onto this one. This one's much more my style, but the first 86 just had all the good parts. There is ATRB for sale locally. I mean, not, it's a little gross, a little milky in there. No, please don't say that.
what is that?
I know,
That's metal, dude.
no, it is.
Is it the trans that's making the noise?
No way.
Definitely metal.
Oh, don't say that. It's so chunky. It's so chunky, Tim. This is the bolt that we were talking about.
Did you roast both your trans and your...
No, it's fine. So this is the situation. They, whoever owned this previously, I guess rounded the transmission bolt, the transmission fill bolt here, and they just welded a new nut on top of it. Thankfully, it still works. But also, we have a situation. What's the problem?
I mean, is there supposed to be flakes?
Probably not, but the transmission doesn't feel bad.
I mean, it's definitely shiny. It's not supposed to be that shiny.
That's weird because the transmission feels totally fine.
I mean, it might be fresh build and then it, I don't know, and it should have been dealt with, but...
I'm gonna fill it up like we didn't see anything.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong.
That's what we're gonna do. Yes, pretend like we didn't see that, because until this transmission feels like it's not a transmission anymore, is fine to me. This is, and honestly, this wasn't even what I was worried about. I was worried about the diff. What is the diff oil gonna look like?
Unless the noise you were hearing was the transmission.
It's definitely the diff. 100% the diff. Let's put this guy back on. So we are not gonna fill this just yet. Let's go ahead and drain the diff fluid, and then we can start getting all this filled up. But oil down, trans down, let's go to the pumpkin. She is pretty cobwebby over here. Oh, God. Got it. Okay, that's good. Now this is the scary part. Oh, frick, there we go. All right, Tim, moment of truth. Watch, there's just like no fluid.
That would be the reason.
I mean, the transmission was worse than that.
That's about normal.
Oh my.
Is that chunk? No, it's...
Huh.
Hey, maybe you just overheated the oil.
Yeah, that's what I was praying
That's what
for.
we're hoping for.
I mean, there's definitely metal.
Ooh,
Oh no, what?
ooh.
Oh, it smells so bad. Oh,
Oh, that's super shiny though.
oh, it smells so bad.
Look how shiny it is.
Yeah, it's like glitter.
I mean,
the good news here is, guys, let's take some of the positives here.
there's good news from shiny.
There's not chunks. Like if there were chunks.
I mean, yes. It's still shiny. This on a Subaru motor would be toast.
Let me see if you guys can. There's definitely metal. So what is this?
That's all metal.
That's all metal.
That's all metal.
That's coming out of my diff.
That looks normal to me.
Does it?
Yeah, because like when you pull all, that's what that's for, is to pull metal out. But the metal in the actual fluid itself is kind of, because it's literally like a fountain of metal.
It smells atrocious.
I mean, all we can do is refill it and see if the noise goes away. If it doesn't, then you're gonna be calling that guy.
Yeah. Oh, cross your fingers for me. We're gonna fill everything back up, and we are just going to cross our fingers that the diff stops making the noise. That would be the ideal situation, but if not, I mean, it'd be cool to have a nice new LSD. So button everything up, fill everything up, and good to go.
I literally stuck this in the oil, and that's all metal. All this black on here came off out of the oil, so it's all metal, little tiny metal particles.
Yeah.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
All right. Let's fill her up. I think I talked about this in the last episode, but I've been really enjoying just finding this simplicity in this AE86 build. There's definitely a time and place for big crazy builds, but being able to take a step back and actually just enjoy a day doing general maintenance and looking over your car is so nice. And lucky for me, the 86 is a perfect car for that. It was so unexpected, but having no plan for the car is actually kind of nice. I can enjoy and go at my own pace and kind of figure out things as I go along. Like I said, it really brings me back to my roots when we first started all this. I definitely have to give a shout out to one of our new partners here on the channel for helping us do all this, Liqui Moly. They've joined the team and are our lubricant sponsor for the year, and we're using their gear oil as well as their new Molygen engine oil in the 4AG. If you guys remember, we're still using the box of parts that the previous owner left us. We have an entire case of OEM Toyota oil filters for the 86. I still think that this is one of the coolest parts about the whole purchase. All right, general maintenance complete. Well, I guess almost complete. You guys hear every time I start up the 86, we have that atrocious squeal or belt squeal. We're gonna try and hopefully correct that today as well. Let's go through and bolt check the belts, and hopefully next time we start this car, there's no squeal. And if there is, just part of the character. Anybody's experiencing a squeal like this, what can they do to help prevent that or help fix it?
Possibly tighten your belt. This one was actually pretty loose.
Really?
So it was like right here where I'm holding it now, and it's actually very loose. I can actually by hand just push like that.
Interesting. I wonder if that will actually correct it.
Find out.
That would be nice. Man, if we could fix the squeal and not have an ear-piercing diff, that would just be the best ever. Let's see if we have belt squeal. Dude, this would be insane if this actually fixes it. Oh my God, Tim did it! Yes! Let's go! Now, maybe the real test will be when it's like cold. You don't think so? No more belt squeal.
It was on first start. It never
Yeah.
really did when you were driving. So.
Am I gonna miss the little squeal at the start? Maybe. Gave it personality.
You can actually see how loose it was.
Really? It was bad? Now I can officially say general maintenance complete. We've got oil, we've got trans fluid, and diff fluid. She should be set and ready to go, but couldn't do all of this and not do at least one small little mod. You guys know I'm always scouting on Facebook Marketplace looking for good deals and random parts here and there. And lucky for me, I found something just by chance for a JDM 8611. Check this out. Now, this was something that I could not pass up when I found it on Marketplace. We found a new Levin front grille, which is sick. Check this out. We're getting rid of the old crusty front grille for this nice brand new one. And something really cool, whenever Tim and I were actually looking at this one, make sure it would work, we discovered something. Check this out. No?
One's working.
What?
Yeah, the other one's not working.
No! Here, keep going.
Oh, got it.
There it
It's
is.
working.
Look at that! We've got fog lights. I had no idea that these were actually functional. That's insane. We have JDM fogs in the front grille. That is one of the coolest parts about the car. Now, imagine that crusty old front grille, but replaced with this guy. That's going to look so much better. Now, the rest of the car is a little crusty, so this is gonna be out of place, but it's gonna be nice. And when I saw this on Marketplace, there's no way I could pass this up for this car. It needs a little refresh in the front, so we're gonna be replacing this old front grille with this nice, brand new shiny one. Barely held on here. Again, all this like really small stuff makes such a big difference when it's literally just held on by that. Just some zip ties. Dang, I'm sure we can clean this up too though. Like polish the lens out and this would actually kind of look new. But check this out. We are gonna have to do some modification. The back of this one, did they cut this out?
Looks like it.
It looks like they cut it out, yeah. So we have to cut out the back of this. Let's see, this is OEM. It's got all the same markings as OEM. That's sick. It's just different. That's gonna be fresh as heck. Heck yeah. So we have to Dremel out. We have to Dremel out these little squares so that we can fit the fog lights. And this thing will be good to go. This is so sick, dude.
I need to remount that fog light because that thing is hanging on.
Yeah, let's mount that guy. Dude, I literally can't believe it came with OEM fogs. That is so cool. You guys can let me know in the comments do all the Levins come with the OEM fogs like that? Because that is really, really cool. I had no clue about that. That is gonna be so sick at nighttime, getting some cool shots with the fog lights. Anyways, we're gonna clean all this up, get this mounted properly, and we can cut out our new grille and put it on. Tim had a genius idea, and instead of actually dremeling out these little squares, he has this cool little solder gun, and he's kind of melting the plastic so that instead of dremeling it, it would literally shoot all that plastic into the front grille here, which you would obviously be able to see. But he's cutting it. It's like a very, very clean cut.
It's not
just melting
stuff in there.
That's sick.
Hopefully I can just do the whole thing and it'll just be done quick. I can always replace tips, right?
Sure.
Oh, that's very...
Dude, genius idea. Good, and we can clean that up too.
Oh yeah, easy. It'll probably just
that is
a lot of it'll pull
so
off.
sick. That's way easier than actually using the Dremel.
Well, yeah, because look, I don't have any shavings inside.
Sick. All right, this is gonna come out so nice. Look at that, dude. Perfect.
It's better than having plastic shavings everywhere.
It definitely is. Oh my gosh, I'm so pumped. Nice cutout job by Tim. That looks sick, you can't even tell. So, moment of truth, let's fit her up and see how she looks.
Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that looks so good. Oh my gosh. All right, let me get those zip ties. Fortunately, we don't have clips, so we're gonna settle with zip ties. And maybe eventually at some point find OEM clips, but these will hold it just fine. Honestly, probably just as good as the clips would. There she is.
That's it right there.
So
The funny thing is you didn't even know there were fog lights
I had
under there.
no clue there were fog lights, and then Tim and I just discovered that while we were looking over the old one. That's the sickest surprise ever. Whenever you like find something small like that that you had no idea about. Oh, that did literally nothing. Dude, Tim, that looks absolutely fire. Now you can like properly see the fog lights.
Yeah.
We gotta test them out.
Hopefully the one was wired up weird.
Will
So
it work?
I think this one's like it's See how like
Oh yeah.
weak it is? I think the bulb might be going out.
Dude,
Dude, it's so
that is so sick. Hold on, let me clip these and we gotta, all right, the moment of truth here. Let's actually see what it looks like with the hood down. Dude, that is so sick. This just like, that's what I'm telling you guys. It is the small things that make the biggest differences on these cars, on any car really. And this just, for me at least, transformed the front end. From that,
Oh my gosh.
that's sick. Let's see what it looks like with no fog lights now.
The greatest thing though is being able to see that yellow fog light back there.
I know, it just peaks right here. Dude, that makes it so much better. I'm in love. I'm completely in love. That really was the cherry on top for today.
Now let's drive it.
Yes, let's make sure it dries. No, I didn't hear a peep.
Oh.
Let's see. This is the ultimate moment of truth here. If we fix the diff grind or the diff whine, that would literally just make my entire week. That would be so sick. So let's see. Did I actually just roast my fluid? Let's go for a little rip. I do not hear anything from the diff.
So far so good. Oh, there it is. I mean,
It's better than what it was. It's still yeah. I think the diff's roasted, but honestly, it's not as bad as it was. Let's actually like go on the street and see how bad it is.
Yeah.
Hopefully that comes through on camera. That's the diff, right?
Back there.
I think that LSD is looking real nice right about now. That's not a good sound. So if you guys have any recommendations, we need them. But it is better. It is better.
I could hear that.
It's fine. 86 made it back safe and sound. We may not have gotten super lucky with the diff, but honestly, that's the whole point of what we're doing with the car. Point of tracking it was to push it to its limits and see what breaks first. And for this car, it was the diff. So now it gives us something to improve on, build off of, and just make even better, which really, really excites me. It's kind of just like the front grille. I mean, it's such a silly and small part, but just makes such a massive difference for the car. And replacing this diff and getting a nice TRD two-way or, you know, something along those lines is also gonna change the car just in a completely different way. So before we can end today's video, the last thing that I do want to do is give this thing a proper wash. Ever since we got the car, we never washed it. Granted, I mean, you guys can tell the paint's not in the best condition, but that doesn't mean you still shouldn't take care of the car and give it some love and wash it. So that's what I really want to do, is get this thing nice, fresh and clean. We've done all the fluids, we did all the maintenance. Now the last thing to do is to freshen her up, give her a good old wash, and then we can start preparing the build to do the entire rear end. So shout out to our friends over at Meguiar's for always keeping us stocked with the best of the best to keep our cars clean. Let's go ahead and knock out the 86. Reaching one of the last projects I have on the list for the 86 today, a proper wash. Something to definitely not be overlooked when doing a first checkup on your new project car. You guys already know this, but Meguiar's is our absolute favorite when it comes to a car's paint care. I tend to have a lot of old beat up cars, but even with that, cleaning off the 86 and making the blemishes shine really brings out the character in the build. This car has seen some things, from the streets of Japan, across the ocean, then all the way here to California. One day we'll get this thing a proper paint job, but for now, we embrace the beauty and destruction. One thing I don't normally use, but am trying out this time, is Meguiar's Ultimate Insane Tire Shine Spray. For this one, I'm using a sponge to apply it, but the purpose is to give your tires a nice, shiny, freshly washed look. Its special formula makes it last longer and adds a high gloss look to your tire, and for me, it'll just add that little touch that the 86 needs with these beautiful work Meisters. You know, the paint might be trashed, but man, she cleans up really, really nice. Honestly, I'd be really curious to see if we can take this thing to Meguiar's and, similar to the FC, try and bring back as much of the original, as much of the paint as we possibly can. This thing is really, really beat, and I mean, the front bumper isn't even painted, but I think we could revive that black and maybe a little bit of the silver on the side if we took it to Meguiar's and had the proper tools and knowledge to really dive into the paint. That'd be a lot of fun. But wash is complete. There's one last thing that I want to do to this car before we can call today complete, and that is, this seat is pretty nasty. We've got some stains, it's grimy. Ever since I got this car, I really just want to take this seat out and give it a nice deep clean. Meguiar's does have some carpet cleaner that I'm going to use to do that, so just want to take this seat out, clean it, we'll vacuum underneath the seat, and I think I'll be satisfied for today. Honestly, can't even hate on it. Sean did such a great job taking care of this car. Just a little bit dirty down here. But the only thing about the seat is it's pretty nasty. It's got stains all over it. And I don't know how much of this, if anything, will even come out. But just for peace of mind, I just want to get it washed. And we'll also vacuum underneath the seat as well. So get to work. You know, I don't want to hype it up too much, but I'm pretty proud of myself. That looks night and day different. I hope you guys can see the difference in like just the butt pad here. Years of farts and dirt eliminated by using this stuff. If you guys have an old stinky car, this is a must-have. We use it on the FC and Tim CRX, and literally a game changer. This looks like insane. Now, the passenger seat looks like it's honestly never been sat in. It's really, really nice. But for the driver's side, you guys saw it. It was pretty grimy and gross, and it took a lot of the stains out. Now, there are still some like deeper stains in there that really wouldn't rub out. But look at this rag. This was a brand new, fresh rag, and this is everything that came off that seat. Pretty grimy and gross. So I am stoked. Now, it's still a little bit wet, so I'm going to leave it, let it dry a little bit. But before we hop in, and, well, I can't even really go for a drive because of the diff. That upsets me, but it's okay. We're gonna get it fixed. Last but not least, we have to do one last thing since we're already on the interior. You guys have seen me use this for years and years, and it's a must-have, JDM air fresheners. These have been my favorite forever. I love these. The Tree Frog air fresheners are the best, and my favorite is the black squash scent. Pop them out, peel this thing off. You've got the jelly scent on the inside. Literal game changer. I don't know if you can order them offline. I usually just find them at car shows, but it's my favorite of all time. I stick this under the seat and you're never gonna wanna leave your car after this sets in. It's incredible. So, in combination with a very, very clean interior, very clean exterior, fresh fluids, this air freshener is going to seal the deal for today. Stick it under the seat, let it do its thing. The 86 has gone through not a massive transformation, but a transformation today. We did a lot of the things that I've been really wanting to get done on the 86, but as you guys know, because of travel, it's been a little bit difficult. But I told you guys this in the last video. This car is more for me, not as much as a quote unquote YouTube build. So doing all the little stuff, like just changing the fluids, the front grille, cleaning the interior, it feels good and it's fun. Like I told you in the beginning, this car is really bringing me back to my roots, just like the NSX too. These two builds with the NSX and the A86 have really just like flipped a switch in me. And it's been so much fun modifying these cars. And granted, we haven't had the NSX here because it's been at paint, but when you guys see how crazy we are going with this car, I think you're gonna love it. We're gonna pull the 86 back in. I gotta start doing some parts research to see what we need for the new diff, but ultimately, I'm gonna say today was a big success. I am so hyped on how the 86 came out. But for now, successful day. It's pretty late. We're gonna pull the cars back in, close up the shop, and head back to the house. All right, guys, as we end this video, I need your help. I just picked up this, well, behind, or I guess in front of, on top of you guys, I picked up a new mic, and you guys have been telling me forever that when I'm speaking behind the camera, it's a little bit muffled. So I picked up this new mic, and you gotta let me know if it's actually helping or not. And if it doesn't help, there's nothing else I can do. That is what it is. But I'm hoping that this helps. But as we end this video, I'm getting ready to go on a little adventure. Those of you that have watched the channel for quite a while know that I love, Tiana and I both, but I love to travel. And one thing that I really wanted to get into this year was backpacking. And I'm actually heading out on my first ever backpacking trip, and I'm super stoked. This is the setup that we have. I probably won't go over everything with you guys, but if you're interested in any of the travel content that we do, I do have a second channel. Some of you guys have seen the videos on there, and I've been using that as kind of like the channel that I post everything else that's not really what we do here on this channel, cars, racing, a little bit of life with Tiana and I, but everything on the second channel is mainly just lifestyle stuff, traveling stuff that Tiana and I do, and now some backpacking content. I'm gonna try and make a video when I go out and backpack, so if you're interested in checking that out, make sure to check out Dustin Williams Extra. I'll go ahead and link that in the description for you guys so you can check it out if you want, but I figured I'd share this because I think it's so cool and I'm so excited to try something new. Tiana and I go camping every year, and you guys see us travel all the time. I think our most recent bigger travel was we went to Iceland and spent a week inside of a van traveling around Iceland, and that entire video series is on the second channel. So I've been really wanting to get into backpacking, like I said, so this is my first trip and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm pretty sure I packed everything, and I guess we'll find out when I get to the mountain tomorrow. We'll be climbing 10,500 feet on top of a mountain and camping out on the peak, which is gonna be pretty epic, but this is what we got going on. I am pretty hyped, and hopefully I have everything. Hopefully we're good for water, but I'm excited, and I figured I'd just give you guys a little update, trying something new. I have way too many hobbies, but I just enjoy going on adventures. We're gonna see how it goes. This is probably where we're gonna end today's video. Hope you guys are stoked for the AE86, and little sneak peek for anybody that has stayed this far into the video. We actually just picked up the new diff that we need for the car, so now we just have to wait for all the new gaskets and bearings and all of that stuff to come in. Parts are moving, things are happening, it's gonna be awesome. And like I said, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now, if you hear from me on Friday, that means that my camping trip went really well. If not, Tiana, you're gonna have to update them.
Oh, jeez.
So,
don't worry, we have a GPS tracker.
Actually, I should show them that. Yeah, I have a little GPS tracker just in case. So if I upload on Friday, that means I had a really great adventure. So stay tuned, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Leave us a comment down below on maybe some stuff you want to see with the 86 or the RX-7 or whatever. Leave us a comment down below, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. We are still on the road to 1 million, and we're shooting for it this year. So help share the channel, share the video, and make sure to subscribe. We'll see you guys, fingers crossed, if I camp out on the mountain, everything goes okay. See you guys for the next one. Peace out. Oh, you're still here. Thanks for watching this long. If you made it this far, you should consider subscribing right up here, or I guess down below. And YouTube really thinks that you're gonna like this video right over here, so maybe check that one out. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let's get back to it.